Hello, if you hear this message, you are not live. Excuse my hair, but it's the end of the day. And I'm about to do my skincare. We're going to talk skincare, new school, new scents, all kinds of that, all kinds of things, all kinds of things. So, first things first, let's do these lips. I'm using the Hydrating Lip Mask by Hemp's. It is my favorite now. Uh, then after I do all this, I'll put on my actual night clothes because this ain't my night dress. I always just put a little on. I could probably put more on, so I could empty some things. But this is a lot. This is like almost an ounce. And apparently, it's a lot in this ounce. It's like 0.95 ounce. So doing that. Let's put on a little toner. I think I'm almost done with. No, I'm not. Quit lying. D'Angelo. Did you stay home today or did you do some overtime? Did you stay home today or did you do a little OT? A little OT. You always work. You work all the time, man. You work all the time. I have so much to talk about. I'll talk about some things. I have got to find my phone though, so we can have another. Beyonce's internet is gagging me because I have some things I want to show. But I can talk about a few things now today. So we're going to talk about some things. Put on my skincare. Talk about my new school. Talk about my haul for the month because I got a little haul. It's a little bitty haul, but it's a haul nevertheless. So first things first, before I get started, I want to thank everyone from the bottom of my honey coated LuuLuu. I had to think of what I was calling myself today. Honey coated LuuLuu heart. For the things that you purchased off of my wish list for school this year. So everybody who purchased something for me, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because that is one less thing that I have to buy. And so for the people who don't, if you don't know, school costs. And we don't get provided things. So if you want to have a nice looking room, if you want to just have basic things that you don't even think about that you need, thank you, honey coated honey. Hey, Alicia, we have to come out of pocket. So a lot, like almost every time I get paid, especially in the beginning of school, I buy things. Hey, Melissa, I buy something for my room. So that helps, some less things. And let me tell you, things that you need in the classroom. You need pencils because these kids don't have pencils. And I'm not going to sit up here and argue with them. If they got them themselves, great. If they don't, I got some. You need sanitizer. You need paper towels because you got to wipe down stuff. You got to keep your room, you got to keep them germs at bay. So you need stuff to sanitize your room. You need things like hand sanitizer to make sure they got their clean hands on your stuff. And that's just that kind of stuff. And then you want your room to look halfway decent. You got to have your own pens. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. And it's become more so like that now. So I want to thank everybody from the bottom of my honey coated LuuLuu heart. Thank you so much because that's one less thing that I got to purchase out of my pocket. And I have like a certain budget in my head that I'm going to spend at the beginning of the year. So that's how I do things. Thank you. Oh, good. I'm glad you like it, Annabelle. So I want to thank you all for doing that. I really do appreciate it. Gonna put on a little eye cream. I'm just using this up. This is Lancome Absolute Eye Cream. I'm trying to get empties. My empties look sad. But nevertheless. Because this is a thick eye cream. And would I pay for it? No. I don't think it's that great. but I'm gonna use it up. Okay, so I am at a new school. Um, I have moved, and let me tell you, real talk. I didn't leave because I didn't leave because I didn't like the school I was at. That's not why I left. I left for better opportunities, um, a little more money, actually over time a lot more money, and I also okay, let me say this. There is a serious budget deficit for the schools here in my area. There's a serious budget deficit. And I felt like my school had a layoff last year. And I was just, the way they were moving and the way they were talking, the anxiety was building up in me. And I felt like they were going to have another layoff. And I didn't want to be there for that layoff. So I feel like, let me just go on and find it. So the opportunity came, I seized it. And I kind of felt bad because that was never my intention. Once I started working there for the school year, I plan on working at least the whole year, because I don't like to leave them in, having to find people being short staffed. But it was like things that were happening and the messaging that was coming out. I was like, man, this is gonna be tough. This is gonna be tough to stay here. So yeah, I moved on. Now, the thing about this new school I'm at, y'all, I am on the 3rd floor. Now, why are you saying, so you work on the 3rd floor? There is no elevator in this school. There is no elevator. And this is an old school. So this ain't a few steps, y'all. I should post a picture of one flight of the steps I have to do every day, multiple times in a day. I walk up and down these stairs at least 2 to 3 times a day, minimum 2, mostly 3 or 4 per day. Y'all, every time in the morning when I go and I move toward those stairs, it's like my thighs are screaming at me, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's tough. It's tough. So that's what's happening there. So I've been worn out because I am now on the flip side, I'm getting my steps in. Oh, I get my steps in. I get at least 10,000 steps a day. But baby, I am tired. Okay, so now let me tell y'all about now. So Brooke, y'all know Brooke, she's 3, right? 3 years old. She's now going to pre-K, full day pre-K. Got her in, so now she's going to full day pre-K, right? Baby, these thighs and this butt. And let me tell you what makes it even worse, these stairs, because y'all don't know this, but when you old schools, especially because we talking about old schools, right? Been around, the buildings is old. The treads are half the size because they're made for children. So whereas the normal tread is this, like this, the treads there are this. So that's what even makes it worse, because you're not extending like you should. It's like this short, choppy stair thing, and it's a lot of stairs. I'm gonna post it up. I'm gonna let y'all see. It's like it's unbearable. It's tough. Okay, so I'm off of that. Let me get off of that. Whew. So anywho. So that was that. So let's talk about some other things that I've saw recently. What was I going to talk about? I need to write stuff down, like the little note to myself, jot it down. So anyway, first thing, I was watching a video. I saw that Mr. Smelly. Okay, so here's the thing. That's what I asked about, Alicia, because by working on the third floor, getting the stuff up to my room and no elevator. Okay, so I asked about that. I said, how is this? How is the school existing and it's not ADA compliant? The way they get away with it is because there are enough schools around it, because this is all the same school district, right? But because there's enough schools nearby that are ADA compliant, they can get away with it. Because I was like, how does this work? I said, there ain't no damn elevator. Because I was confused. Very confused. Okay, but anyway. So let's get off that. So I saw this video by Mr. Smelly. Now, I know some of y'all probably don't know who he is. Some of y'all do, because we've been around for a long time. Mr. Smelly is old school fragrance community. And his style is annoying. I have to be honest. I can't watch him very often, but I happen to see this. And he said, is the fragrance community imploding? And of course, we know I've been saying this for a minute, but of course he said it in a different way, but he made, some points. And I personally, I'm giving it to the end of 2026, and I feel like there's going to be a shift right around then. Sort of getting the shift now, but I feel like it's really going to be a shift, because I feel like with the advent of like TikTok, whereas the beauty community took a while to implode on itself, I feel like because of the rapid nature and of TikTok and semi IG, it's going to go faster because the content is so fast and the companies have ramped up so quickly that it's going to implode soon. And what I mean by implode is the frenzy is going to die down, and it's going to be interesting when the dust settles, who's left. And when I say that, I mean the people, the content creators. It will be interesting to see who's left. So get ready, because it's going to be interesting in the next year. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who remains, because if, well, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm not going to get into people. I'm not going to get on people, but y'all know. That's for my, that conversation will be for my members, because I found out I can set up my live streams for members. Who's my top fans right now? Annabella, Alicia, D'Angelo, Melissa, but they're the only people talking to me right now, so it'll be very interesting to see how things happen, because there's a thing in, is it chemistry you talk about it, but it's a thing called supersaturation, right? And what that is, and I've always remembered this because I use this analogy for a lot of things. Supersaturation is when you put something so much into like another, like sometimes a liquid, like say you're dissolving, hi Natalie, you're dissolving sugar into water. And you're putting it in and you're putting it in. And as you put it in, it dissolves, right? There's a place of supersaturation, which means that there's going to be a point when you put some more sugar in and the water can no longer maintain it. It cannot take in any more. And at that point, you'll see crystals at the bottom. Then it's going to hit supersaturation, and then it's going to start shedding the crystals from. So the dissolved crystals are going to start coming back together because the water can no longer support all of that's inside of it. And that's that's what it feels like is coming, because it's just like this super fast. Everything has to be done now. You got to grab it. You got to get it. You got to, and after a while, it does implode. So I think we're going to hit a point of super saturation, and then it's going to be like, and people are going to get tired, and there's going to be a huge, and when in super saturation in anything like this is that people will then turn on content creators. It happens every time. It happens every time. They turn on content creators, and some of them become the enemy and things like that. And it becomes very mean and nasty. And so far, so good. The fragrance community hasn't gotten to that place. But I mean, like, we've already seen a little bit of it with, what is his name? Daniel Renee over on TikTok, where he's become this, he's become the Jeffree Star of fragrance, because, he talks shit. He's known to like be catty and just like a nasty personality. And I know people like him, but that's just the reality of it. He's got a really nasty personality. He's a mean girl. And so with the advent of people like that, and if he got any sense, he should watch how things have happened for Jeffree Star over the years and see how he lost a lot of, he had to reinvent himself out of that nasty character he was. He still has some nastiness to him, Jeffree Star, but he had to really pull back on that bitchy, just meanness that he was on. Oh no. Mm-mm. Yeah. So we're getting to this part because snarkiness is in, to a certain extent. Oh yeah, he had a great fall, baby. It was a free fall, baby. He jumped out that they pushed him out the airplane. They was like, you do not get a parachute. Just hopefully you'll survive. And we're getting to that point, with the way people are acting, the whole thing with fragrances, the back and forth. It's insane. And so what I have found from being in groups, you have these two different type of people. Well, three. I'm going to say three. You have the super lovers of the Middle Easterns. Hi, April, right? Who just don't you dare say anything bad about Latafa, Kayali, anything that they feel is a part of the Middle Easterns. Don't you mess with them. Don't you mess with them. Especially the dupes. Do not mess with the Middle Eastern dupes. Don't you say you don't like them, because they will be on you like a rabid dog. You got those. Then you have the niche snobs. And the niche snobs are, of course, what they are, the snobs. Oh no. I only wear, Nishane. I only wear Amouage. Hey, Sonny, so, the niche snobs, oh, you are wearing, what is that? Oh no, that's Prada. No. If it's not the Prada private line, I don't mess with that. The niche snobs. And then you have the avant-garde, I want to call them. And they're looking for fragrances that have the weirdest damn, for note combinations and things like blood, a note like blood in it, or, cement or something like that, and it's all about it being just really different because, we like our stuff to be like totally different, because I'm looking for something that's out of the ordinary. I don't want to, those people. You have the avant-gardes. And you hear them talking about fragrance houses. You're like, what? So, not say that fragrance houses are bad, but they find the most tiniest. And then on top of it, they are like all over the place. They have to go and they have got to find the next best fragrance house. They're going out and sniffing fragrances all the time. They're everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. I'm none of those. I'm none of those. I'm here to say that I am none of those people. I don't have the time. I don't have the bandwidth anymore for all of that. However, I get my things. So what you're going to find is that like the viral TikToks and all that kind of stuff, it's gonna be a mess around here soon. So there was that. What's my favorite coziest cuddly perfume? I don't know. I couldn't say that right now because that's not where my head is right now. I got a thought process right now. Okay, so right. I saw you said you can't do TikTok. I don't really watch it because it's too intense. It's the whole intensity of it is too much. I can barely do Instagram. TikTok will drive me insane. It's just like, why I don't understand how people watch it all day long. I can watch a few of them and I'll be like, okay, that's enough. But I'm not there anymore. So I had to be honest. So there's that. There's all of that. Okay. And then what else did I see I wanted to talk about today? I mean, I can't say my coziest. See, here's the thing. Annabelle. I really don't do well with questions like that. Like, what is your best? What is your favorite? Because that could change tomorrow. Now, do I have cozy scents? Absolutely. Do I say that this is the coziest that I absolutely adore, will always love? And it depends on what you think of cozy. And what I think of cozy. I wonder if the marshmallow lavender is giving Lavanda's Trianon vibes. Because I think, I would have to smell it, but I wonder if it's giving Lavanda's Trianon vibes. All right. But I still haven't, I don't have the ones before that because I got to go to a Burlington because I'm looking for them for $20. I'm looking for $20. I need them to hit that $20 lick. I need that lick. However, I will say a good cozy fragrance to me is Memoir Woman by Amouage. And my head just ain't in the cozy right now. Just Before by the House of Oud would be a nice cozy fragrance. Like I said, Grown Baby by Sugar Mama, but I think she's out of that right now, is a very nice cozy. So, however, I have a haul. So let's talk about my little haul. And I am so proud of me because these hauls are so tiny. For the old school people who've been with me for a long time, you know that I could do a collective monthly haul. Y'all know my monthly haul could be ridiculous. So these hauls are making me feel good about myself. So I got this. So I'm gonna show you the first one, which is one that I wanted and I had tried, sampled, and finally found it. Yes, I do. Host Squad 10. Host Squad 10. And it works on her Etsy and her regular and her site. So this is the first thing I got. We're going to pray this is okay because I got it from eBay. And remember, Host Squad is HEAUX because we classy hoes, not trashy. So this is a tester bottle. And I got it off of eBay. The seller had good ratings. So this is what I got. Winter Spring by Gucci. You know, this is my first Gucci I've ever bought. Because I think the other Gucci I had, I wound up getting, they accidentally gave it to me. I got it free from Ulta because they put it in pickup. I looked at the pre-sale and none of the pre-sale stuff was stuff I wanted. If I had found my other phone, I was going to do the live. So if I find my other phone and charge it up, we will have a 21 Days of Beauty live tomorrow on the first day of it. And we'll talk about everything. So this is part of the Alchemist collection. Now I've tried this. There are a few things I want, but I don't remember. I can't remember my whole list. So I'm going to look and I'm going to look at what there are a few things I want. So now I had tried this before. I tried this from when I went to Travalia Wallace's event and she had this. And y'all, this is beautiful. This is a gorgeous mimosa, soft, floral. Doesn't have many notes. But y'all know I'm a floral girl. And I smelled this. And this just smells like springtime. It smells like when we going from winter to spring. And see, that's a time here in Chicago, right? So when you are getting those first bursts of flowers and they're soft and all of a sudden you get a whiff of that after all these cold months and snow and ice cold and the hawk, if you don't know, is the wind chill factor, the wind here in Chicago and the wind chill factors. And then you smell, that's what this reminds me of. It's soft, it's powdery, it's just gorgeous. So I got this and I'm so glad it came through. I got this at a really good deal because this is part of their their private collection. This was the and I don't know if this is one of the Alberto Marias because he's done quite a few of them. But anyway, I got this for like $99. So I had to snatch it because B actually has one of these. She has a Chant for the Nymph, which is a pink bottle and it's a powdery thing. She barely wears it. I should take it from her. But anyway, I'll bring it down here and let y'all see it. But it's a beautiful pink bottle and hers is powdery and just a little girly floral thing. So, but this is winter spring. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay, so now the next two, straight blind buys. Straight blind buys. And this is the last box I'll be getting from fragrancebuy.ca of Canada. Because if you don't know, they're stopping. I think they're just stopping altogether shipping to United States. Hey, Birdie. I think they're stopping altogether. And they've purchased, I guess they bought a company here called Fragflex. I never ordered from them before. So we'll see if they still have the same kind of deals that Fragrance Buy. And honestly, I haven't been buying a lot from Fragrance Buy anyway. But they do have something that I do want. Yep. They sent it out. They bought Fragflex. They said something about how the tariffs and everything is about to change. And to avoid that and not lose their customers here, they now are partnered or own. I don't know if they own it, but they're definitely partnered with them. Oh, This is the only part I hate is trying to open these damn boxes. And they never fucking open. We gotta stop saying that word. Let me tell y'all 2 things since I said that. Bakari's teacher told Bianca today at school, he said, "What the fuck?" And she said, "Well, another student says it." So we was like, I said, he got that shit from home. But anyway. And then he came home today and said it again. He was doing something. I can't remember what he was doing. But he was doing something sitting right next to us. It was like, what the fuck? I was like, I had to wait because I was kind of chuckling about it. Because he said that shit clear as hell. Was clear. Okay. Yep. Can't be mad because they know the words we say. And they say it when it's appropriate. So you can't be really mad because they use it in an appropriate manner. Because he was correct. Because he was doing something. He was like, what the fuck? He was trying to get something. Kari lives a very mechanical life. I told y'all he likes fans because he likes to create air movement. And so that, but now besides that, so little Brooke, she's in pre-K. She's 3 years old. Now she's been going to daycare. They've been doing a daycare thing, but she's now in school, right? Wears a little uniform and everything. So they started, hey, Sabrina, they started last Tuesday. Okay, so remember, they started last Tuesday. So I come in to get her from her teacher, and it's an all-day pre-K. So she's there, she starts school at 7:30. She is done at 2:30. So I come in to pick her up, and her teacher, this older lady, probably been a pre-K teacher for 45 years. I'm lying, not that long, because she's probably around my age. So she was like, speaking of teachers, that's what brought it into my head. Teachers. Okay, so then she's like, she says, Brooklyn, she doesn't always focus when we're teaching, like when they're sitting there, she'll be like looking around and everything. I don't know if she's necessarily walking around, but she's not super focused when she's teaching, right? She's like, sometimes she's just not always focused the way she should be. Okay. And then she goes on to say, and when it's nap time, she doesn't always take a nap. She'll just be looking off. Now, she ain't getting up. She's not bothering anybody. She's not speaking, but she'll be like focused on something. And then, she will not take a nap. So I'm like, oh, okay. So then she says, and I know she knows what we're doing and can answer the questions. She said, because sometimes she'll say something and it's just like come out of nowhere. You're so surprised she knows it. Like she knew what a dragonfly was. And she was like, and then if when people, they were working, and then when I asked her a question, because she saw she could get a treat for it, she knew all the answers. Okay. So first off, I'm thinking, are we 4 days into pre-K for a 3-year-old? Who's never been to school like this, and 4 days in, you saying that her attention isn't right, but she's getting it. She doesn't sleep, but she doesn't bother anybody. She lays on a cot. She's not acting up. She's not freaking out. She's just like, I'm on my cot. So I was dropping off Blake at their daycare, and I was talking to her teacher. Thank you. She's 3. So I was talking to one of her teachers who's known Brooklyn since she was, 3, 4, 5 months old, because that's when she came in. And so she was like, I told her what she said. She was like, that's not Brooklyn. She got mad. And then I told her about her not sleep. She said, no, Brooklyn doesn't always take a nap. She says, but she knows to sit and be quiet. And because it's not necessarily they got to sleep, but they need to rest, relax. So she relaxes. So I said, I thought that's what she was doing. So yeah. So she's like, she's not taking a nap, but she is relaxed. But I guess that ain't good enough. But like B said, she said, you know what it is. She want her to go to sleep so she can take a little nap. And that's what I think it is. I think it's because she wants to take it. We think she wants to take a nap. Because if all the kids are asleep, then she can go to sleep. But if Brooklyn awake, she can't go to sleep. So that's what we think it is. Because I'm thinking, what you want me to do? Tell her, Brooklyn, you got to take a nap. Brooklyn, did I say hey, Birdie? And then to talk about her not being fully focused, I could see if she had been in school since 3 and now she's 5 and she ain't focusing. But she just got in school. And we ain't even talking about weeks into school. We're talking 4 days because they started on Tuesday. And this woman, and she's telling me all this on Monday. And, I, as an educator, I'm going to listen to you and I'm not going to be like, but in my head, I was going, Listen, in order to get them to take a nap around here, they got to take melatonin. Because if not, they will stay up all day and then pass out at 4, want to sleep till 6, and then be up all night. No. They get melatonin about 10:30 in the morning, so they will wind down and go to sleep around 12. Okay. So here are the 2 blind buys. I was looking for both of these. Well, okay, I was interested in both of these. And since the price was good, and this is going to be my last purchase from Fragrance Buy, I got them. So the first one is the House of Oud White Pearl. Now, I looked at the notes. I said, okay, do they have the notes here? They might. But also, it was one of the gemstones. And I have all the other gemstones. So it just felt like I had to get this one. I know supposedly it's sort of aquatic, ozonic, something like that. Because it didn't go nothing in here. Okay. So let's see what it smells like. Because I've never smelled it before. Of course, because it's House of Oud. So while we're talking about that, let's talk about so I saw some video this person was talking about it, and it was quite interesting. So it was about, have y'all seen, and I guess it's primarily on TikTok and IG, these teachers, it's like these teachers outfit of the days, right? And quite frankly, they are very sexy, very tight fitting skirts. These women are in high heels, like lace up high heels. They're very dressed. And if they're not, very form-fitting clothes, everything's super form-fitting, and then they're like pooching and, oh, this is nice. Some musky, kind of a watery, floral, kind of cute. Okay. And so they were saying stuff about this. And, they're like, what do you think and everything? Nah, I'm not here to tell anybody how to dress. Let me just say this. But watching these things, and some of them in these short skirts and everything, and they got on heels and shit. One, I swear, had on stripper heels. I was like, and some of them, you could see they was in schools and they showing off. The thing that I noticed was that these were young girls. And one of them was saying, said, look, main character energy. And this guy was critiquing it. He was like, when did we start doing this at school? When did teachers start doing this? And what it felt like, these are young women, probably 20s. very much still very young, and we're in this space where everybody wants to be on TikTok and everybody wants to show off and everything and have a semi-influencer lifestyle. And so it vibed like, okay, so you want to show off like I'm a teacher, but look at how cute I am. Which made me go, and I said it's kind of weird to me because I said one thing. I don't know how they staying in them shoes all day. So they lying. They ain't wearing them shoes all day. They wearing them shoes right now. And then they got some flip-flops, some slides or something that they're putting on. That's number one. Number two, wearing those type of clothes, and I don't know what they're teaching. It's not always the most comfortable thing to wear. Just because you're working. And on top of it, unless you're looking for attention from young men, especially if you work in a high school or even a junior high. If you want these little young boys with their little raging hormones to be talking about you all the time, all up in your face, and don't get me wrong, if you're a certain age and you're cute, they're going to be all up in your face anyway. But if you're doing this every day, are you doing it just because? Are you trying to get this attention from these young boys, which is weird? So it was like, because watching it, and it wasn't just, it was all ethnicities doing this shit, you know. Oh, my outfit, and it was very, I'm like, and don't get me wrong, cute outfits, they all look good in them, but, and I'm not even gonna say they're not appropriate for work, for school. I'm not here to, you know, make that judgment call. I'm just saying, it don't seem like the most comfortable thing to be wearing to teach it. I'm all about the comfort. I'm not here, you know. And you could tell, but you can also tell they were young, because I've seen some young teachers where they get off to a certain extent on the kids being like, oh, they look so good. They so, they actually do like that the kids are in, like, identify, you know, like they're trendy, they're fashionable. They do, them young ones. So there is that. Now I can promise you there is going to be a point that one of these young ladies is going to mess around with especially if they work in a high school. They are going to mess around with one of these like 16, 17-year-olds. Because some of them look grown as hell. And they are already doing this whole kind of vibe. And if you vibing like that in the school, them boys gonna approach you. So the next one I got is Scandal Intense. I've been waiting for it. If this is the one. That's Ylang, if I'm not mistaken. So I wanted to, and look at the beautiful purple bottle. You know, I don't even have the original Scandal. I've got flankers though. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 flankers, but I ain't got the original. Because I will say, I have, I like me some designers. Ooh, okay. I like it. It's not the same as Scandal Absolute, but it's got that vibe, that kind of sexy. Ooh, it's kind of got a clean vibe to it too. The Ylang is strong. The floors are very strong. Ooh. Ooh, this is cute. Because I like Scandal Absolute a lot too. So, yes, I'm happy to have this one. Let's put this one on skin, y'all. I know what I'm wearing tomorrow. It's very bright, very kind of almost effervescent, kind of. Ooh, slightly candy-like, kind of sweet. Ooh, she's pretty. And I'm liking the fact that all these newer flankers are not just like a spinoff on the old. They just sexy in their own way. Yes. Oh, now I gotta check this vendor, this guy seller I bought this from, because this price was so good, because I was about to buy this on Joma Shop for $159. I was like, okay, that's not a bad price. $160. But $99? Oh, this is, ooh, yeah, she good. She's good, but don't take my word for it, because I am not. I am so irritating with this sometimes. But I am not. I don't know things like all these other folks be knowing things. Oh, she cute. If you like Scandal Absolute, you will like this. It doesn't smell like it, because that's tuberose and fig. But this is whew. I think this is ylang ylang, and what else is in here? Oh, she's nice, y'all. She's nice. Tummy. I need to put everything in my damn database. My database is so out of whack. I'm gonna start trying to give myself some time to work on that. I think I'm gonna try to give myself like an hour a week until I clean it up. The good thing is I'm not buying a lot. So this is the whole fragrance haul. 3 fragrances. 3 fragrances in August. Not counting the ones that JC sent me, because those don't count because they were a gift. But the ones that I purchased. 3. Pat yourself on the back, Louise. Pat yourself on the back, Louise. Now, and then I was thinking, should I be decluttering? And then I looked around at my fragrances and I said, self, I don't think you can really declutter anymore. And the reason why I say that is because I really like everything I have. No, do I wear it all the time? No, but I like everything. And sometimes I might want to wear it. And I might want to wear something a lot sometimes. But I'm just saying that. I'm like, because I noticed there's this, we try to say, okay, I need to declutter. I just need to declutter. But I feel like right now I'm doing good on the stuff I have. Because this, and there's a almost soft sexiness with this one. Whew. Okay, let me get off of that one. All right, y'all. What time is it? 9:37. Okay, why am I playing like I ain't got to be up at 5 a.m.? All right, y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I did my skincare. Gonna put on my pajamas because I'm ready for my pajamas. Oh, I didn't finish. How y'all gonna let me sit here and not finish nothing? Let me finish my skincare before I go. Y'all got like 10 more minutes with me. So, got to put on my night cream, my L'Oreal midnight cream. I got to look at the 21 Days of Beauty, because I will say 21 Days of Beauty has changed so much over the years, because, I've been hardcore. That was one of my first live streams that really was popular, was me doing a 21 Days of Beauty review right before it, right a couple of days before it happened. What? Stay with me for a minute. Don't be telling me night yet. I'm not ready to go to sleep yet. I gotta put this on. Let this sit on for a couple of minutes. And then, I was going to bed, but then I remembered I didn't finish my skincare. And, but now you can see the diversity in what's popular, because now the 21 Days of Beauty is a lot of skincare. It's a really good time to purchase things, either re-up on things that are a little expensive, or to try out something new, because you can get it for half price. But it's a lot of skincare. Of course, there's makeup, but in the last year, you could tell fragrances are popular, because now they have fragrances in the 21 Days of Beauty. And for the first, I can honestly say, up until last year, maybe the end of 2023, there was never any fragrances in the 21 Days of Beauty. Never. I would promise you 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I don't recall any fragrances in the 21 Days of Beauty. Now they could have slid a couple one, I think, because and then the first one they ever slid in was Philosophy's Fresh Warm Cashmere. Fresh Warm Cashmere, what is it? Cashmere cream, whatever it's called. Fresh Cashmere Warm Cream, whatever it's called. That was the first one that they ever put in. Now they have quite a few because they had a Prada Paradox one that's on. They got a Daisy one. And I know people love them daisies, but I'm sorry. When Marc Jacobs comes out with 15 of them every year, I cannot take them seriously. Just cannot. Now, here's another thing that I want to say before I go. You know, Fresh Cream Warm Cashmere. Thank you. Thank you. Speaking of that, Sabrina, you're not a member anymore. I can tell you're not. You better become a member again. I'm going to do a member live because I've just figured it out that I can do live streams and I can actually just send it out to you all because I got some stuff I need to say that I cannot say out loud over here. I got things to tell y'all. So I'm going to schedule a live stream this weekend because I've been meaning to do that. And the only reason why I know that's is because you didn't pop up like you normally do. So it probably did something. Because sometimes it pops you off of that. So if you weren't intentional to do that, it probably just popped you off. Because I got some things to say about some stuff that's been happening. So we're gonna have a little conversation. But for real. But yeah, it's so it's a decent one. It's a decent one, but it's been like hit the join button. There's a join button. And let me tell you, people who are my members, I can't stand y'all. And that's what I'm going to talk about y'all about. Because I don't like y'all. Because I be trying to do giveaways with y'all. And apparently none of y'all look at the post when I was saying I was doing giveaways. I gave up. I had stuff I was trying to give y'all. I had all kind of stuff stacked up. And then it was like, no. Y'all wouldn't even not. Y'all, I'd be like, so y'all just not going to listen to me? So now I'm gonna start. That's why I'm having this live because I got to get y'all in order. My little band, my little crew. Plus, I need to open up a Discord. I need to open up a new Discord. I need to open up a new Discord. Okay. So I'm using my little slug stick. Because I just need all the hydration. Actually, I don't need this now. But in the wintertime, baby, this is some good stuff. Especially when you blow your nose a lot. All right. So if you don't know, this is my Tony Moly Moisture Lock Slug Stick. It's got snail secretion, squalane. I don't care about the 24 karat gold. Basically, it's a hoity-toity Vaseline for your face. It's a little hoity-toity, that's all. Oh, she's a little hoity-toity. Y'all, let me tell y'all the last thing I got to tell y'all, and then I'm out of here. It has rained. And with the rain, first off, killed some of my plants. It rained so much and I couldn't get out there. Baby, they was waterlogged for like 2 or 3 days. Like literally, there was so much water in the plants. Yes, it is much easier to apply. It was so much water that I was trying to like tip them over to get the water out. And then had to let them dry, try to let them so the roots wouldn't get rotted. Some of them did. A cucumber plant, some stuff. And it's that fall time, so I need to switch up some stuff. But anyway, with all of that water, and we've been trying to like catch anything that has standing water, baby, the mosquitoes are living their best life. So I went out yesterday trying to, last night I was trying to get some green beans because my green beans is doing good and I am in love with them. I need to cook me some more. And so I was getting out some green beans, tomatoes. I was trying to take some tomatoes out because I'm trying to get them out, and I don't have enough to make sauce, but I'm freezing them so I can make some sauce. Not that y'all need to know all that. But anyway, the mosquitoes treated me like I was a buffet. Y'all, I came in and I felt like my legs was on fire. I thought it was rough. And it's between the mosquitoes in my yard and the damn grasshoppers. Y'all, the grasshoppers are taking over. And I'm feeling like they're winning. Because these bitches is big. They like this big. These motherfuckers are huge. And have you ever seen a big grasshopper and looked them in the eye? They look prehistoric. They look like they've been here forever. They brown and, gray and brownish and black. And they just look at you. And so, like I said, I went and saw a big one and I sprayed it with the hose. That motherfucker jumped back at me. And I'm still trying to spray it, and it sprayed back at me. And true story, let me tell you, this is the things that happen when you have a garden. I'm at work. Brooke goes to the school, her pre-K. She goes to pre-K at the school I'm at, me and B. Y'all, why did a big ass green bug come out of my damn bag? The damn thing was this long, y'all. It was bright green. It looked like a healthy piece of leaf. Brooke goes, the big spot. Look at the big bug. Because Brooke got a thing about bugs. She hates bugs. And I'm like, because the thing was long and it's bright green. I don't know what it is. Luckily, there's a man on the floor, the science teacher. I went and found him. And I said, could you come here? He said, I heard something going on. So he went and picked it up and got it out of there. No, it was not a praying mantis. I'd have been sad if it was a praying mantis, because praying mantis eat the damn mosquitoes. I would love a praying mantis. I would love a whole fleet of them damn things, even though they're scary looking too. Praying mantises look like they are little, like, especially if it's more than one, they look like they are little an army. Now roaches, however, dealing with urban America, living in urban, you got to watch your stuff, because these kids sometimes do be carrying things with them into schools. But praying mantises, if you saw them and stuff, they look like they soldiers ready for battle. I know they're good for the yard though. So I'm trying to like marry the fact that some things you just gotta, I'm trying to let most things live. Unless it's really a predator, let's get rid of it. But most things I'm trying to let live. I'm trying to let these caterpillars, but it's like the other day. So I'm trying to go up the stairs back into the house. Why were they sitting on both sides of the stairs? Why were they like flanking the stairs? I said, these motherfuckers about to attack me. Because one was on this, like on the stair, not on the stairs, but on the what you put your hands on the stair thing. And so I'm about to go up the stairs to go in the house. And I see a big ass one on this side. And then I look on the other side, there's another one. I don't have anything but me. And I'm thinking, they're about to attack me. I felt like they were setting me up. I had to make I ain't gonna lie, I ran past them. The little bit of running I can do, because these ain't running these. But I moved very quickly to get past them. Because I just knew, I felt like they was about to attack me, like they was about to be in my hair and stuff. I just felt this was about to be a bad moment. Luckily, I got past them. The handrails, thank you. They was sitting on both sides on the handrails. Like, come on, bitch, you coming? You coming? And I bet you one of them was the one that I sprayed with the water and brought his friend. Like, now what you gonna do? I remember you. Because there's some type of very it's a wasp or a hornet or something that they say, if you see it, leave it alone and run and get away from it, because it remembers your face and will remember you. And if you kill it, it gives off a pheromone, a scent that then signals more of them to come to the spot, because to attack whatever killed that one. I can't remember what hornet or wasp or whatever it is, but I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Yes. That's why sometimes it's just best to leave these things alone. And then and I can't remember which one it is, but like somebody had posted up in the winter garden, and what is this? Is because it's a wasp nest. Y'all know wasp nest, wasp hornet net, and everybody's telling them, do not touch it. Get a professional. Don't get near it, because if you do and you try to kill them and you do not kill them, they will then attack you. The whole thing. I was like, thank goodness I ain't seen that around here. So no wasps, no big nests like that, thank God. But yeah, I was like, what? Ooh, not a huge one outside your bedroom window. Yeah, you have to go get that. You have to call, because like people will tell you how to do it. Supposedly you have to do it in the middle, like when it's nighttime, really nighttime, to get rid of them, because you can get rid of them, but you have to do something. They was like, get far away when you do it. You got to try to put some in there, like spray, whatever. And they say do it at night because they sleep, so you could probably kill them. I was like, I wouldn't even take that chance. No, I'm just gonna have to get something. Get something. Get something. Yeah. Yeah. But these, so I'm like, I love this time. I'm happy with summertime, but these bugs this year have been bugging out. And if it wasn't that, it was the nasty little June bugs, which I gotta clear out this water I have them decomposing in. I made this June bug, it's a picture of June bug killer. You gotta push them into it and they drown. And so I got a few of them in there and I gotta dump it finally. Well, it was either do that, I had them damn things, and one, because it was time to do something, because one flew in the bee's head. And I mean, it's not like they bite you, but they're big. Them June bugs are big and disgusting. And plus they was eating my plants. They was eating the leaves off of some of the plants, so I had to get rid of them. But I can't get rid of the grasshoppers, because the grasshoppers move too quick. And like I said, I'm scared of them because they look like little tiny monsters in the face. I mean, if you look at them really good, they look like tiny monsters. Okay, y'all. Now that I've had this rant going almost for 20 minutes, let me get off of here finally. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. As always, I love y'all. And thank you for watching the tiny, tiny haul. Good night, good night, good night.